Oh yes, we were so relieved because at least we know that he's very good in gold, but at least in the vault and in the parallel bar, that's really amazing. The parallel bar, he did a fantastic job there. And and that is, yeah, but the second vault was the high one and it was really good. Anyway, what was your question?
No, I was just wondering what was the mood
Because
like.
I was watching Caloy, I forgot.
No, it's okay.
It's okay, no
As we
problem.
mentioned, it's like poetry, that second vault in particular. But then we were wondering about how the mood was of Caloy after the entire event, simply because Tokyo was a disappointment, and this time around, it just felt like redemption.
Yes, it is redemption. Because after the floor again and he didn't make it, I saw him in the evening and he said, "Don't worry, Mom, I will fight. Tomorrow is going to be our day." And he made it, He made it. He made sure that it's going to be his day and he stuck to the floor,
Yes. Now, Ms. Cynthia, what was Caloy's mindset coming into this competition?
His mindset was really winning to revenge his Olympic champion that he didn't do. It was really, really, if you know how he really felt very, very bad. And he really wanted to show the world that he could make it, So now he's not only good in the floor, and you can see that he's also good in the vault, and he's also good in the parallel bar. Mm-hmm. And for the Paris 2024, we're going to compete for all around. Anyway, we have 3 years. He's going to practice his rings, his high bar, and his pommel horse. So we can also compete all around.
Ms. Cynthia, when we look at his latest competition and the way he ended Tokyo, he mentioned right after Tokyo that he was going to stay, he was going to keep on training, he's not going to stop en route to becoming a better athlete. Can you tell us a bit about his growth from the Olympics to this particular tournament and where you see his growth going moving forward?
Well, if anybody saw him in the World Champions, it was a different Caloy. It was not the same Caloy that we met in the Olympics. It's very different. He's matured. He was motivated. He's really so serious in his training. And even when I asked him for Caloy, they want to interview you, Mom. I prefer to train. He wants to just train and train and train, and be the athlete that everybody, all of us, want him to be. And he really wants to show the Philippines that he is a good athlete. Paolo, all the judges there and all the presidents of the federations were telling me that we have a gem as an athlete in Caloy. They said, Cynthia, you really have to take care of that boy because he's really a gem. He's only 21. He will peak at the age of 25. Imagine.
He is still a bit away from that peak, Miss Cynthia. And I was actually wondering, since you were able to follow his training, since you were able to follow his progression since Tokyo, what did losing do for him to make sure that it doesn't happen again? Because if I'm not mistaken, one of the quotes before this particular tournament was that he didn't want a repeat of the mistakes that happened before.
Correct. He didn't want to be feeling the way he felt when the world in the Olympics. He really, really felt. He really felt very, very bad. Both Coach Mooney also, the coach, felt very, very, very bad. So they said we will revenge for the next World Championship. And this World Championship, Paolo, was even harder than the Olympics.
Really?
Because there were so many in the country, and some of the Olympic winners were there in China and in Japan. The only one missing was the guy from Israel. He didn't come. I asked the president of the Israel Federation, why didn't he come? Because he didn't train. All he did was interviews, because he won the Olympic championship. So he was interviewed and he couldn't make it.
Now, Ms. Cynthia, what's next for Caloy? A lot of fans want to know, is he going to rest for a little bit or balik na naman siya sa training?
No, continue training. He's going to continue training. And there's competition for him in December, the early December. He's going to compete, and then he's going to come to the Philippines for Christmas for a few days, and then go back to Japan for more training.
Well-
And get ready for the SEA Games, get ready for the Asian Games, get ready for the Liverpool gymnastics game, get ready for the and also the Birmingham, USA
Yeah.
World Championship. There's a lot of competition going on in 2022. So he's getting ready for all of that, and he wants to win medals. That's what he wants to do.